Tres Amigas, or Three Female Friends in Spanish, is the name the trio consisting of Vicki Gunvalson, Shannon Storms Beador, and Tamra Judge chose as a label for their close friendship. All three are among the best-known cast members of The Real Housewives of Orange County, RHOC, reality TV show. They began their journey as housewives who cared for their children and navigated their marriages, wanting to show everyone that it's possible to have fun after 50. However, the TV show quickly evolved to focus on their sisterhood, and the audience loved seeing them face problems and celebrate happy moments together. Although two of the girls in the group joined the show early on, Vicki in the first season and Tamra in season 3, they became Tres Amigas in the 9th season when Shannon became a cast member. Their friendship seemed unbreakable despite occasional tension, but it lasted only 4 seasons. Once Vicki and Tamra departed the show after season 14, they resented Shannon for staying and gradually reducing contact with them. Meanwhile, the two women became involved in other projects and focused on their personal lives. All three women went through a lot, including divorce, cheating rumors, health problems, and addiction, and needed each other's support. Thankfully, the trio got a second chance at mending their bond in season 17. Tamra returned as a leading cast member, while Vicki had a cameo after 4 seasons of absence. Both were unafraid to discuss their issues with Shannon, so getting back together may lead to a positive resolution. Victoria Vicki Gunvalson, née Elle Steinmetz, was a main RHOC cast member for over a decade before leaving ahead of the 15th season. She met Tamra during season 3 and bonded with a 5-year younger woman from the get-go. Fans saw the two blondes trying out fashion pieces, attending winery parties, walking with their children, and discussing marital problems. Vicki was also crucial in helping Tamra realize that the life she built with Simon Barney since 1998 wasn't worth it, warning her friend that he was overly controlling. After the divorce, she expectedly sided with her friend, even when Gina Keogh, another cast member, defended Simon's behavior. Tamra seemed equally passionate about maintaining her close friendship and supported Vicki whenever possible. One of the most apparent signs of their friendship was their jokes, always taken in stride. For instance, Tamra frequently called Vicki out on working too much and using work as an excuse to be late. Vicki, in turn, threw a few jokes Tamra's way when she removed her breast implants in 2012 and had to get a new wardrobe. Tamra was also there for her best friend when it came to romance. She and her husband, Eddie, immediately warned Vicki about Brooks Ayers. She allegedly started dating him in 2007, but introduced him in the 7th season of RHOC. Unfortunately, Vicki seemed enchanted and didn't heed the advice. Things culminated during the season's last episode when Tamra got up during a group dinner at Heather and Terry Dubrow's home and confronted Brooks about his negative influence on Vicki, but her friends still stuck by him. Luckily, the tension dissipated when the two friends excused themselves to talk it out in Heather's wine cellar. However, their suspicions were valid. Shortly after Vicki started dating him, Brooks' former partner and the mother of his child accused him of not paying child support. Another woman came forward too and revealing that Brooks owed about $400,000 for 4 children with the two women. Brooks also admitted telling Vicki's daughter's husband, Ryan Culbertson, that he should start hitting her to get her to fall in line. That was problematic because his wife Brianna was pregnant with their first child, son Troy, and gave birth to their second son Owen 2 years later. Brianna later noticed that Brooks may have committed domestic abuse based on how vigorously he shook Vicki during one argument. Even worse, shortly before Vicki broke up with him in August 2015, Brooks was caught forging medical documents that made him a City of Hope Cancer Hospital patient for pity and perhaps financial aid. Besides Brianna, Vicki has a son named Michael Wolf-Smith Jr. Their biological father is Michael Wolf-Smith, whom Vicki married in 1982 and divorced in 1991. She was also married to Don Gunvalson between 1994 and 2014, having filed for divorce in 2013. In 2016, Vicki began dating Steve Lodge, a former police officer whom she met during a Boys and Girls Club charity event in Anaheim, California. He had a shady past, such as using excessive force, battering a suspect, and attacking one jaywalker, who was later awarded $600,000 in court for damages. Vicki and Steve became engaged 3 years later in April 2019. Vicki's relationship with Steve Lodge should have played out in the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip spinoff, in which Bravo TV sends several cast members on vacation. Unfortunately, while she had signed papers for season 1 filmed in 2020, the producers didn't contact her, presumably due to COVID-19 concerns. Thus, she debuted in the 2nd season, filmed in September 2021. With that in mind, Vicki's fans learned through the media that she'd broken off her engagement with Steve in September 2021. That lack of information resulted from Vicki cutting ties with the production company Bravo TV after the 14th season concluded, meaning that her last appearance was in 2019. She quit because of undesirable constraints. The producers informed her that they would demote her from a full-time cast member to a friend. That meant that they would reduce her on-screen time and pay her much less. Vicki allegedly made up to $750,000 per season at that point. If the reports are trustworthy, that was likely the main reason for her demotion. Vicki announced on Instagram that she and Steve were going in different directions and that there was no fault in either person at the time. However, she changed her tune later and accused him of cheating with a woman in her 30s and bringing her to her condo. Steve denied it, saying that they had been on and off again and they essentially broke up in 2017 but kept up appearances. He became engaged to a 37-year-old woman named Janice Carlson in April 2019. That wasn't the end of Vicki's troubles in 2021. During a Jeff Lewis live radio show interview, a radio host whom she had feuded with for 2 years, Vicki admitted that her uterus had been removed due to cancer. Fans suspected that she had endometrial cancer because of her brief confession. About a year later, in October, Vicki accused Steve of cheating on Janice and stated as a warning that a cheater would remain a cheater. Tamra Judge, née Sue Waddle, who joined in Season 3 in 2008, had been married to Darren Veith between 1985 and 1990 before her TV show debut. They had one son, Ryan Veith, in 1987. In 1998, she married her second husband, Simon Barney, then a luxury vehicle seller, and they had 3 children, daughters Sydney, born in 2000, and Sophia, born 5 years later, and son Spencer, whom they welcomed into the world in 2001. Her marriage with Simon was the main topic of Season 3, 4, and 5. Tamra divorced him by the end of the 5th season in 2011 because he was controlling and told her how to act and dress. Before Vicki pointed out his behavior to her, Tamra realized that she stopped going out with friends and rarely stepped out for lunch with her mom, Sandy. Lucky for her, when her divorce was finalized, Tamra met businessman Eddie Judge, who worked in his adoptive father's law firm. It was love at first sight, and the two married on the 15th of June 2013 at St. Regis Monarch Beach in Dana Point, California. He proposed on a romantic vacation to Bora Bora on the 11th of March 2012. Eddie was everything that Tamra wanted. He didn't bug her about her style or habits, and they loved spending time together. Additionally, he liked her children from previous marriages, but never tried to exert his will on them. The couple started a fitness business, Cut Fitness Studios, in 2013, but had to close one location in August 2022. Luckily, they had another company as a failsafe, Vena Wellness, which sold CBD, cannabinoid products for pets and humans, which is an active ingredient in cannabis but with very little cannabis. Hence, it cannot cause a high feeling and create addiction. It's allegedly excellent for pain relief, stomach problems, and general anxiety. Bravo TV witnessed their connection and gave them a spin-off, Tamra's OC Wedding, which aired 3 episodes in September 2023 and detailed their beautiful wedding. Tamra and Eddie also earned money from selling real estate. She had prior experience working in-house short sales during her marriage to Simon. However, they took it to another level and lived in several homes between 2013 and 2022. Some they rented, then sold, earning over $200,000 on average from each sale. Vicki initially liked Eddie, however she later badmouthed him, allegedly spreading the rumor that he was secretly gay. After Tamra found out and traced the rumors to Vicki, the latter didn't budge. She said that Eddie was a great man and still thought he had a gay relationship in his past. She stated that her only goal was ensuring that Tamra knew about and accepted it. Shortly after Vicki announced her departure, Tamra posted on Instagram that she wouldn't return in Season 15. She cited reaching the end of her road and thanked everyone, suggesting that she quit. However, when she gave interviews and returned to The Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip spinoff, Tamra confirmed that she was fired. She was reportedly also paid $900,000 for the season and demanded even more money, but producers refused. She later clarified that Eddie had to give a green light if she were ever to return. Based on her online activity, the couple enjoyed their time away from cameras too much. Since 2020, they've been developing their businesses and decorating their dream home in Ladera Ranch, California, specifically the Covenant Hills neighborhood. Shannon Beador, née Storms, was the last trio member, joining in the 9th season. Fans saw right away that she would get along with Tamra. Shannon was also from California, seemed sincere and unafraid to speak her mind, and so was an open book. Moreover, she had something in common with both Vicki and Tamra, her long-term marriage. She married David Beador in 2000 and tried her best to make her marriage work for 19 years, even attempting to fix problems through an holistic lifestyle. That involved making her home toxic-free by consulting an energy specialist and a feng shui advisor who helped her eradicate all negative emotions. They had 3 children, daughter Sophie, born in 2002, and twin daughters Stella and Adeline in 2004. Unfortunately, David allegedly had an affair and cheated on her in 2017 and 2018. They split in late 2017, and he reportedly had a girlfriend during season 13, a woman named Nicole McCacken. He then started dating Leslie Cook, whom he allegedly met before his divorce was finalized, although they both deny it. David married Leslie in October 2020 and welcomed their first daughter, Anna, the following February, but they allegedly split in 2022. Shannon was agitated. The couple had filed restraining orders but eventually kept things civil to co-parent their children. She initially stayed home for about 7 months, gained 40 pounds or 18 kilograms, and was distraught. However, she bounced back on the 21st of June 2019 when she started dating a man named John Jansen, whom her friends had known for about 30 years. Tamra and Vicki had many concerns behind the scenes. Shannon apparently started drinking more because of John, and Vicki thought that he was a narcissist who used her. John broke up with her in November 2022, after which she said that she'd never get back together with him. After Tamra and Vicki left RHOC, the trio went their separate ways. Tamra and Vicki stayed together somewhat and reunited for the Vacation spinoff. Shannon distanced herself and became the show's longest-running cast member. After a season of rarely mentioning her former friends, during the 16th season she said that she wasn't hopeful about having either of the two back in the show. Shannon added that Tamra was her best friend for about 6 years, but that she chose to cut the contact because she'd been bashing her for the last 2. Tamra replied that Shannon was jealous and abandoned her and Vicki when they needed her the most. She even went so far as to say that she talked Shannon off a cliff, did her dirty work, and made excuses for her, not realizing that she was a master manipulator. Tamra credited Emily Simpson, a full-time lawyer who she bonded with, for exposing Shannon's manipulative tactics. It looks like Tres Amigas would never live in harmony again. Neither Tamra nor Vicki planned on returning, and Shannon remarked in October 2022 that they lived 45 minutes away from each other, had no reasons ever to see them again. Thankfully, things quickly changed in the 17th season, which aired in June 2023. Shannon was still a full-time cast member but had left John behind and had found a super sweet, very handsome, very fit man who influenced her positively. Like John, she met him through mutual friends and began dating him about 5 months after John left her. Tamra and Eddie returned to the show and are still happily married. They celebrated their 10th anniversary at the Turks and Caicos Islands south of the Bahamas, only days after the season premiered. Shannon, too, had moved on and found a new boyfriend named Michael, whom she introduced to her fans via Instagram in July 2022. Thus, she was celebrating her first anniversary with him about a week after the season aired. However, there were many unresolved feelings. Neither Tamra nor Vicki felt ready to forgive Shannon, despite their mutual friends trying to fix their broken relationship. Their main problem was that Shannon ghosted Tamra when her ex-husband Simon received his stage 3 throat cancer diagnosis in February 2020. Contrastingly, Tamra supported Shannon when she needed her during romantic, marital, and drinking problems. Vicki was also upset with Shannon, but even more with Bravo TV. Unlike the other two, she wasn't invited to be a full-time cast member in season 17, only for a cameo segment. She initially cried, wondering what Tamra had that she didn't, but was eventually happy for her best friend. Her status can change, and Tres Amigas may reunite before the end. If we reference season 11, which also premiered in June, the trio has about 6 to 7 months to do so. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.